Hey everybody, thanks for coming to the Verge Lounge. We're sponsored by Ford. They have a Mustang. We have been doing Verge casts every day, and we thought it might be fun to do another one, but make it sort of a special edition. So we're calling this a Verge Roundtable. And rather than the standard Verge crew, we've got some of our friends who are, what would you call you guys? YouTube famous?
YouTubers.
Also super hardcore into gadgets, unapologetically, just love them some gadgets. So we thought it might be cool to just sort of hang out, talk about the gadgets that we saw at the show and how things are going. So I am Dieter Bohn. I'm the executive editor for TheVerge.com. And let's go around the table. You guys introduce yourselves.
My name is Marques. I make YouTube videos, as we all do. YouTube.com/MKBHD. That's about it.
Yeah, my name's Austin Evans. I make videos that are slightly less good as Marques, and my channel is Austin Evans.
I also make videos. John, short for Jonathan. I like the Bulls. And YouTube.com/TLD.
Can we talk about this hat that you're wearing briefly before we get into gadgets?
I wasn't prepared for that, but we can.
It's a very nice hat. Is it not hot walking around the show floor wearing that thing?
It's comfortably cool right now.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually nice here, yeah.
It's a good hat. So yeah, you're walking around the show floor. What have you guys? How's the show floor been for you? Does it seem super crowded? Are people accosting you everywhere, or are you just sort of just having a good time, or what?
This is my third CES.
Okay.
And I feel like every year you have a different strategy. I guess for a one-man band, you kind of have a different strategy of what you want to see. I'm surprised there's this many people here on today.
Yeah.
Usually it's slowed down by now, so I guess I would say yes, it's more crowded than I thought it would be. But I've made my way around all three centers. I've seen a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys have any specifically awesome things that you want to talk about that you saw. Yeah.
So I was a little bit behind, but I finally just played with Gear VR about an hour ago.
What do you think?
I was really surprised. So I've been a guy I tried Oculus, the original, I loved it. The Developer Kit 2, Morpheus. I just played with the Razer OS VR and all these things, and they're great. And then I put on Gear VR with very low expectations. It's just a phone. Google Cardboard is cool, but it's whatever. So I was expecting something like that, and I was really impressed. There was a game. I'm not entirely sure what the name of the game was. It was like a spaceship shooter, and basically the entire controls were you're just constantly moving forward, and you move your head, and you're able because there are no tethers with Gear VR, you can spin the chair around, do everything, and you're always flying in whatever direction, and there's just a little touchpad on the side that you can shoot stuff with.
I just want to say the footage that I was shooting was hilarious. I was finding people who were doing random VR things, and they were just kind of moving around, and it looks weird, but playing this game, you're flying forward, and you're just kind of looking at things that pass you, but you're in a swivel chair. So you're actually swiveling around really fast and impossible to hold focus.
Looking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Making it easy for you.
Do you guys find that there's enough content, enough stuff to do in VR to hold your attention beyond a tech demo?
Ask that man. He's the VR master.
No. Not yet. I mean, I have the Oculus, the Developer Kit 2, and I play with it sometimes, but I mean, unless you're really into all the demos and all the little things, a lot of the games I've played with are very much this is a game, we ported it over to Oculus. It works, it's kind of cool, it's a better experience, but it's not quite there yet for me. So for me, it's definitely in the tech demo, the kind of hey, look, you got a friend over or something, play with this, look how cool this is, and you put it in the closet for another month or something.
Right. The most fun thing to do with VR is hand the goggles to somebody and watch them use VR. Right?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's not my line. I stole it from Addie Robertson. I can't take credit for that.
It's true.
So you guys do a bunch of phone stuff, right? I love watching your phone videos. Not much in the way of phones.
No, G Flex 2.
G Flex 2, and then a whole lot of not G Flex 2.
Yeah. No, that was easily the most. That was the most requested thing I've heard people that want to see a video about is that phone, and then little murmurings of other things.
Right.
But phones, you see the bigger phones getting their own events, their own announcements. So CES has become a place for the lesser-known brands and lesser-known phones to rise up from where they were before.
So what did you guys think of the G Flex 2? Did you like it?
I thought it was really comfortable. I mean,
it reminded me of the Galaxy Nexus.
Yeah, same, exactly the same.
Yeah, and it feels kind of restrained to me. LG's figured out that they can just it's an ostentatious phone, right? It's a giant curved phone, which is crazy, but it's not blinged out. Look at me, I'm full of chrome. It's just sort of a chill, cool phone.
I think that's good for it.
Yeah.
If they want to make this a phone that people actually want and want to buy, it's a lot closer to what the LG G3 looked like and I think that was a really popular phone. It doesn't have the same, beautiful tiny bezels, but
Right.
it looks like I said, people were saying it looked like a OnePlus One, and it looked like a LG G3 on the back, and those are phones that people already like using. So
Yeah.
the G3 from before was huge, and this is actually a smaller phone, which makes it, I guess, easier to pocket, easier to hold up to your face without looking ridiculous.
So I actually haven't seen the G Flex 2 yet, but I did play around with the original G Flex. Is the screen any better? Because that was the big thing for me. The screen was a little rough on the original G Flex.
The screen of the last G Flex was a big plastic AMOLED 720p screen.
Yeah.
And the screen of the new G Flex is a slightly smaller, slightly less curved 1080p display.
Okay.
I think it looks a lot better. Cool. Yeah, for sure.
2 thumbs up.
Okay. So what else you guys find on the show? Like, what's your favorite gadget? We should go around the table and do favorite thing at the show.
The most fun I've had here is actually off the floor was, where's Sam? He'll agree with me, the Z-Board 2.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
No, that was sick. So it's lighter, faster, charges faster, and I played with it before, and I've kind of been okay with it.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I've got to use it as transportation. So we're going to downtown Vegas, and I could really see it being a means of transportation. So that was kind of cool because we get so discombobulated with tech and chargers and headphones. So it's kind of cool to bring that tech into something that you can go outside, get a little air. Right around, so that's probably the most fun I've had at CES so far.
So I'm a giant klutz. I tripped on the way over here on the thing. I can't do anything, and I used to skateboard when I was a kid, but I don't now. Is it any easier to handle?
I don't
kill
skateboard.
myself?
I think because it's a little more intuitive. It seems like if you have just the slightest amount of foot coordination, that's all you need.
So I'm out.
But you're in. Maybe. But I don't ride a skateboard, and 5 minutes in, we were flying down the streets.
Yeah. How fast were you going?
The new one goes up to 24 miles per hour.
Whoa.
But that's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost took an old lady out. But
it happens sometimes.
It's worth it.
I had to bail on it, so it was the lady or the board, so.
You can bail at 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was about to
That
say,
would be
whoa.
insane.
I wasn't going 24. It can go up to.
Right.
I think maybe Sam will go 24. I'll keep it at 15.
Yeah, no, one of my favorite things that I saw, I actually like to talk about 2 things. There's a BMW stuff that was outside in that tent.
Yeah.
And then there was some 8K TVs I saw today. Didn't think I'd think that much of them, but as much as I see 4K stuff and 4K TVs, the 8K TVs looked a lot better than the
Really?
4K TVs. Yeah. And these were at 89, 90 plus inch TVs from 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And looked a lot better than 4K TVs.
So what kind of stuff are they showing?
They're showing these slideshows. They had this one text demo where you could read a whole bunch of text, and at the bottom there was this tiny text, and you could literally walk all the way up to the TV and read the text on the screen if you wanted to.
Right.
That was cool. And basically photo slideshows, because at 8K, no one has 8K video, but you can show these 25
Well,
minutes.
actually, they did have
photos.
some 8K video.
They had some from this one Japanese 8K camera that's somewhere in Asia right now.
There are 4 of them exist, and one Japanese news agency has 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they bought all their footage from them.
But it looks awesome when
Crazy.
you actually see it.
yeah.
Yeah, so that actually looks significantly better than 4K. It's
So-
super expensive, though.
Yeah.
Who wins a TV battle this year? I have my guess, but I'm curious to hear what you guys see.
There's a lot of cool stuff at Sharp.
Yeah?
None of the TVs that I think are coming out that were really that impressive. But they had a lot of different interesting panels. They had the one that wraps around the pole. I think it was I forget it. But it was a super hard bend around the pole. They had some of those completely bezel-less displays
Okay.
for gauges and that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of stuff. They had a 120-inch 4K TV. They had the 8K stuff. A lot of that stuff, I don't know if I could pick a single thing, but they had a lot of really interesting stuff. And a lot of it was just look, this is a concept. If people actually want to buy it, let us know. We might make it happen. But it's more just hey, look, we can do this now. Hit us up. You want some?
Yeah.
We got them.
I think I like the new Samsung TVs the best. The one that eBay designed is just amazing. But I was expecting this quantum pixel technology to just be a complete and total nothing. I expected it to be just a gimmick, and I wouldn't be able to see the difference. But I feel like I could. I feel like it got closer to the dream of having a LCD panel that looks more like plasma.
Yeah.
Did you guys check those out?
I did a video on it that was uploaded last night, just explaining what it does and what it is. But I saw some Samsung quantum dot TVs that looked really good. Unfortunately, I couldn't see them next to a regular LCD TV.
Right.
So
That's
of course
a
it
trick.
looks great in the demo. The footage looks amazing, but how much different is it really?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say Sharp had a little bit of everything at their booth. They had that 8K, they had OLED, they had a lot of curved TVs, a lot of flat TVs. I saw a lot of curved TVs.
Yeah.
It's a lot of curves.
A lot of curves. I have not heard a single television producer utter the words 3D once. Nobody's like they all might be, but from what I've seen, they're all like pretending like it never happened.
I saw
No, there's
one.
like here and there the occasional like glasses free 3D,
Yeah.
but like it's dead.
I'm happy. I'm happy it's gone.
Yeah, it was never that great of an idea.
was
Just,
never that great of an
guys, come
idea.
on. Let's just
OLED
leave it in
looks
the movie
awesome,
theater.
though.
Yeah.
OLED, yeah.
No,
OLED? Yeah.
Really?
Beautiful.
OLED is the future of TV. It's the future
Whoa.
because it's too expensive, but
Okay.
it looks so much better than everything else. The blacks. Also, I saw the BMW M4 in their booth had these OLED taillights, and the thing I think of when I think of OLED, because I'm messing with so many phones, is not very bright. Because
Right.
OLED
Yeah.
tends to not be as bright. But then I look at these OLED TVs, and they look awesome. And they have, pitch black blacks and these vibrant colors and super awesome contrast ratios. So I'm a fan of the OLED TVs.
We never got around to your favorite gadget. Was it the gear?
It was the gear as well as those two.
Yeah.
The BMW stuff there's a lot of really cool stuff on the, I don't know. I think my favorite thing was in the BMW booth, they actually had these, they had the i3, which was not only driverless. Basically, you could hit like the button on your smartwatch and actually be able to see like, okay, look, I want the car to come up and pick me up. And so
Right.
just, you see it driving, like the wheels spinning like by itself and everything.
Dude,
and then also the
weird.
crash avoidance.
The
crash
i3
avoidance is wild.
The i3 had the best demos of anything.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
the one,
Crazy.
the smartwatch thing that summons the car. I sat in the back seat of it, and basically the lady like closed the door behind me, so I got the camera set up, and I was waiting for it to like get summoned.
Yeah.
And basically the wheel snaps into place, and it slowly starts rolling, and that was weird because I was in the back seat of a completely unmanned car.
Yeah.
You don't think that's going to be something you're going to do, but it was awesome. And then the crash avoidance thing, where basically I sat next to the guy who pointed the car at a barrier, floored it, and didn't let go, and we didn't crash into it. It slowed itself down, stopped, and he showed me after we stopped, he
Yeah.
floored it a couple more times, and the car didn't move. So that was pretty awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, so mine, because I have a huge, long history and I'm a big dork, is probably the WebOS watch. Did you guys? It's like
seen it
it's
yet.
out in the parking lot. Audi's showing it. They're showing it. They can unlock the car or whatever.
So wait, Audi is the first one to show this off?
Audi's the first one to show it off. They first showed it off. They wouldn't say what it was. Everybody assumed it was Android Wear, and then somebody reported it was Android Wear, and then my old guys back at Android Central went out there and went into the settings, and it's WebOS.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it probably won't come out for forever. They've got to do a bunch more work on it, but it was really fast. It had a really nice screen, and it's just I've got nostalgia because I'm a big old Palm fanboy. So
Yeah. And also the Palm brand. So I was bringing up a little bit about this.
Don't even.
He's gonna leave.
Never mind. I didn't say anything.
No. It's we talked a little bit yesterday. So it got sold to Alcatel, or no, TCL, and they make Alcatel phones, and they just want to have people help them figure out what to do with it.
So they haven't actually announced anything. They just bought the name like, hey guys, what's up now?
They bought the name and said, tell us what to do. We don't know. We know you guys love Palm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
So was there anything else besides the name that they bought? Or there's not much left of Palm, right?
because WebOS went to LG, and they're making smartwatches and TVs with it. And all the patents went to Qualcomm. And, all the employees left. So what's left?
So it's just the name.
That's it.
Wow.
I wonder what's left of that name. Like how, I feel like some people will probably know it, but I don't know how much value really is in that name anymore.
Yeah, I think that old dudes like me, you guys are like BlackBerry has got some really hardcore fans, right? Take that and cut it by a quarter, and that's probably it. But the problem is you can't really use Palm or WebOS devices anymore, so they're dwindling really fast. So there's just not that many fans.
That's
Yeah.
a sad story.
Endangered species.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard that you can buy a fake Apple Watch
Yes.
here?
Here?
Yeah, it's like $35. I think it's somewhere.
Like a dummy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is it functional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it tells the time. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to go see it. We're actually gonna put a story up about. There's a few of them out there.
Yeah, I need to try to hunt one down.
Yeah. Should do a video about it. Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Craziest gadget. So my craziest gadget, I didn't get to see it, but it was it's a Band-Aid that you put on a baby, and then it tells the temperature of what the baby is for over the course of like 24 hours. So if your kid has a fever, instead of like freaking out and checking the baby's temperature every 5 minutes, you can freak out every 3 seconds.
It has a battery? Does it have a battery in it?
Yeah, it's a disposable thermometer that you stick to a kid and it will last for 24 hours.
Whoa.
All right.
It's like kind of a good idea, but also kind of a freaky idea because the kid will become obsessed. You'll become obsessed with is your kid okay?
Right.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's better than like, just having a thermometer all the time.
Yeah.
So
See, I was about to say we were Marques and I just like an hour ago.
The
we're looking over.
telepresence?
Yeah, so you know those telepresence robots that like go around. Well, there's like a 20-foot tall one of those driving around their booth.
It was good though because you didn't notice it at first. There was all these telepresence robots that are like 5 feet tall, and
Yeah.
you're kind of talking to these people. They have the webcams, and you're rolling around like, all right, I guess I kind of understand this booth. And then you hear a voice from like the ceiling, and you look and you just see these big wheels, and there's a gigantic one rolling around. I guess
just
trolling
like
people.
the jolly green telepresence robot.
It was weird.
The ridiculous thing I may have ever seen at CES. Period.
Wow. Strange.
Like there's a guy looking up. It was like, and then like there's a camera like facing down. So like the guy, like you see, he's like on the screen up top.
Yeah.
And he's looking down at you, and he's like moving towards you, and you're just like, there's this giant robot coming towards you.
That sounds terrifying.
It's weird.
That wins for me.
You see anything wild, Jonathan?
Crazy wild. They have vibrating Bluetooth controlled underwear.
Does that
It's for real.
do for what I think it does and is
Yes.
for? Yeah.
And then also a couple's ring.
Tell me that they didn't have like a demo station.
The lady was straight faced, like giving you the talk. Like you can apparently control it halfway around the world. So
But 3/4 of the way around the world, not so much.
No.
Just half.
I get it.
So that was definitely the craziest, weirdest thing. But like, they're selling that stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
CES.
No, gadgets are back. There's all kinds of weird gadgets. Just like people have figured out that they can like cram things together, put a tiny little chip on it, have it talk to the cloud, and just make weird stuff again. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah. And terrifying.
Yeah. So, what's your guys' strategy for covering the show? Like for The Verge, it's shock and awe. We've got a huge team. We've got a huge, great video team, and so we just descend upon the show and go every which way. But you guys don't have huge teams, and so I'm sure everybody's really curious to know, like, when you come in at the show, what's your tactics for, finding the thing you want to find, showing your fans the things they want to see.
As far as I know, most of us shoot our videos by ourselves, so we're used to being a one-man crew. So
Yeah.
you come out here and there's a ton of stuff to shoot. You have to find other ways to do it, so we're collaborating with each other. We're each other's
really?
cameraman, we're each other's sound guy. We give each other ideas, we collaborate on other stuff like that. So it kind of helps to have other people who are like-minded. Maybe we don't work for the same company and are part of a video team, but it kind of works that way where we know what each other likes because we make tech videos all the time.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Like yesterday, we went and we pretty much spent all day shooting a couple videos on your channel. Like it's nice to be able to have some backup, Like usually we're all by ourselves, and it's like, oh, I've got to go focus the camera, but like we're all just roaming around looking for cool stuff to do. I think for me, especially considering that we are by ourselves and that we're having to do everything ourselves, it's like there's very limited times. It's like, okay, try to find those few things that are worth doing the videos, because
Right.
it's like I can't do. I mean,
Still one editor.
Yeah, like this is day 3 and I have one video up, so it's like
And hotel Wi-Fi.
And hotel Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, because we should talk about that. You should mention
The
what
hotel Wi-Fi?
happened, what it took to get that MKBHD video up last night.
Well, it wasn't that bad of a story. Basically, I had a 900 megabyte file to upload, and the hotel internet is 3 down, 1 up on Wi-Fi if it's working well.
Yeah.
So I started uploading this file, and it said something like 99 minutes left, and then I tethered on Lou's iPhone for a while, which was getting like 7 down and up on T-Mobile.
Oh wow.
So that shortened the process by a lot, but
Yeah, but it also took 10 hours to render that video.
it did take 10 hours to render that video on a dual-core MacBook.
Wow.
Worth it.
So the trick I've learned is if you can get into the press room, or you can wheedle your way into the press room, which is a thing I did my first year.
Yeah.
Get there at like 7 a.m., which is when it opens, and they probably still have it. They've got laptop stations, they've got a printer, which is insane. But there you go, if you need to print something. But then they usually have got at least one row of desktop computers. Walk up to one of the desktop computers and just, steal the Ethernet.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't
Yeah.
tell
Because
anybody I said that.
Usually you're finishing editing and you've done everything, you're done editing and you just want to upload on the spot.
Yeah, right,
So
of
wherever
course.
you are,
Just go.
hit that upload
Yeah,
button and that can put you in some weird spots.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing too is that it's nice being able to be a little relaxed, because I think everyone out here is just like shoving videos everywhere. So
Right.
it's kind of cool being able to like pick and choose and maybe not rush it out, because everybody's going to see the videos from every other tech blogger on the planet. So
Right.
you can kind of pick and choose what's good, and then but really put the time and effort to make that worth watching. And I think that's really the approach that every single one of us takes. And
Yeah, because I mean, you look at, like, I was looking at your sub box the other day, and it was just like, there's like 500
Well, my
CES
sub box
videos.
is a collection of things around CES. So if I've heard that something's at CES, like LG Flex 2, and I go to my sub box and I see that first video on it, the other 9 videos about the LG Flex 2 are probably the same video. So I'll just kind of watch the one that's there and then just leave. So when we're making content, we're kind of thinking, I want to add something to that, but I don't want to make the same video. So we're just trying to find other ways to add value, add information, add an experience. That's why we're collaborating, having other opinions about stuff. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, doing the interesting, unique stuff is always...
Yeah.
I think too, though, like it's always that saying, like, surround yourself with people better than you. Like, it's cool. Like, you just want to be around talented people to step your game up. So I think that's the biggest thing that we've learned collaborating is, like, just vamp off each other, and it ends up making better videos.
Yeah.
So do you guys find you're like editing differently? Like, I don't know. Actually, let me ask a better question. How do you shoot VR and have it not just be, dude going like this?
Oh, that's it. That's all it is. Yeah, I mean,
all you
Go
can
wider.
do?
Just get
Go
wider.
wider.
That's it.
Just pan out.
yeah,
Zoom
I mean,
all the way out.
For something like that, you're just gonna have to talk about it. Like, look,
Yeah.
this was good, this was bad, this is how it feels. I mean, that's kind of a hard thing to get across on video, but yeah, I mean, I think people get it. I mean, people have kind of got an idea of how it works, and some people may have tried this or tried like Google Cardboard or something. So like, usually they'll have an idea of what VR is going to look like, but it's not the easiest thing for sure. You
Right.
know? Yeah.
I've found that all the VR stuff I've tried, if it's not Oculus, it's behind Oculus.
Right.
The Oculus stuff from his experiences were awesome, and then the other stuff, I don't want to even name drop, but like Razer's demo was just not good.
No.
It was bad.
Well, I mean, I'll give them some credit.
And it's their first try. I understand that.
Aren't they trying to say that like this is just like a development kit?
It's a
you
proof
can
of
build your
concept.
own.
Right.
So here's a bad one that we built. Try and build something.
And you know what?
better.
It feels a
Yeah.
lot like the original Oculus. It feels
Oh,
like
really?
they're kind of starting from the same spot of where let's give this a try. The hardware's not finished, and there's a lot still to be worked out. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's decent. But I mean, it's Oculus. They're
very-
massive. I mean, have you seen the Oculus booth?
I have not.
It's huge.
I've been afraid to go there because I know I'll get lost, and I haven't set up an appointment to see it yet.
Oh yeah, there's like a 2-hour line
Yeah.
to play right now. Yeah, like last year they were in a little tiny meeting room. I remember we took a look at it and did a little video, and now it's just like they have one of the huge booth. It's like all the way up to the ceiling. It's like wow,
You
they
got that Facebook money,
Yeah.
yo.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but
Well, guys, I think we are close to wrapping up, so I wanted to give you a chance to just talk about your channels a little bit, just because we're gonna put this out on the Vergecast, and people might not be familiar with you. So maybe, plug yourself again, but actually talk a little bit about the kind of stuff that you do and how to find you, where you are on Twitter, that whole jam.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So you guys can find me, Austin Evans, on YouTube. I pretty much just do videos on technology in general. I do a lot of PC gaming stuff, so I'll show how to build computers and whatnot. But I just do anything that's cool with technology. I don't like to kind of pigeonhole myself into it's this or that. It's just if I see something cool, I'm gonna do a video on it. If it has something to do with technology. So yeah, YouTube.com/Austin Evans.
Great.
Word. My name is Marques. It's YouTube.com/MKBHD. And I do a lot of mobile videos, so I talk about phones a lot, phone technology, but then I branch off into other cool stuff that phones remind me of. I say anything with an on button is game, but headphones.
Great slogan, by the way.
Yeah, monitors, TVs, cameras, whatever it is. If it's cool, I'll check it out. Yeah.
They summed it up, youtube.com/TLD tech, but at the same time, I try to make it not so serious. I mean, we're all human, we have
The
fun.
hat shows that you don't take it very seriously.
No, we
bro.
like tech, we like to have fun, so that's it, yeah.
Cool. And if you didn't know, we are youtube.com/The Verge. And you can find us on @Verge on Twitter, a whole bunch of other places. Hey guys, this has been great. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Sweet.